Hello and welcome back to Dermatologist Talks Science of Beauty, the podcast where we decode the science behind healthy, radiant skin. I'm your host, Dr. Teo Wan Lin, a board-certified dermatologist and a researcher focused on cosmeceutical science. Picture this, you've finally cleared up for a breakout, but in its place, a dark mark decides to take up residence for the next few months. Or you spend a lovely weekend outdoors only to find new sunspots have appeared as unwelcome souvenirs. This is hyperpigmentation, and it's one of the most common and persistent challenges seen in dermatology practices every single day. I see how deeply these concerns can affect a person's life firsthand. It's not vanity, it's about feeling comfortable and confident in your own skin. We often talk about skin positivity, and a huge part of that is having access to solutions that are both effective and safe, allowing you to achieve your personal skin goals. In the next few minutes, we'll first do a masterclass on the intricate biology of why these spots form. Then, we'll journey through the history of hyperpigmentation treatments, and I'll bust some common myths along the way. Finally, we'll do a deep dive into a cutting-edge formulation that presents a paradigm shift in how we approach skin clarity, and I'll also answer some of your most asked questions. So, what is happening deep within our cells when a dark spot appears? Now, it all starts within a specialized unit called the melanocyte. It's a fascinating looking cell, like a tiny octopus with long arms called dendrites, sitting deep in the basal layer of our epidermis. Each melanocyte uses these arms to connect with and supply pigment to about 30 to 40 neighboring skin cells, known as the keratinocytes. This pigment, melanin, is produced in packages called melanosomes. The entire process is driven by cellular communication. When your skin is exposed to triggers like UV radiation, a complex switchboard of signaling molecules is activated, and this is what tells the melanocyte to produce even more melanin. This is where the concept of microdamage comes in. There is invisible damage in the deeper skin layers that show up over time as spots and dullness. Think of this damage as a consequence of oxidative stress. Daily UV exposure and pollutants generate free radicals, and these are unstable molecules that damage cellular structures, creating chronic low-grade inflammation. This inflammation is what's flipping all the on switches for pigment production, causing the melanocyte factory to go into overdrive. The result is erratic, clumpy melanin production, which we see as a dark spot on the skin surface. Now, this is a key point. Hyperpigmentation isn't a surface issue, it's a sign of deeper dysfunction. To truly fix the issue, you need to address the damage at its source deep within the skin. And it's also equally important to understand skin type. We use the Fitzpatrick scale in dermatology to classify skin tones. Skin of color, typically types 3 through 6, has more reactive melanocytes, making it more prone to post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH for short. Once a melanosome is created and transferred to a keratinocyte, it begins its journey up through the epidermal layers until it's finally shed. This journey takes about 28 days. And this is why fading spots takes time and consistency. You have to wait for the pigmented cells to naturally exfoliate. Before we look at the future, let's address the past. And that's exactly what we'll be doing in the next segment, which is about myth busting. So I'll be debunking some common myths, such as the search for solution that has led many to these DIY at-home remedies, and subsequent misconceptions about how skincare works. First up, myth number 1, you can scrub away dark spots. Please don't do this. Aggressive physical scrubbing can cause micro tears and inflammation, which can lead to even more hyperpigmentation. You simply cannot scrub away a problem that starts deep in the skin. Myth number 2, lemon juice will fade spots naturally. This is a dangerous myth. Lemon juice is, first of all, highly acidic and phototoxic. When exposed to the sun, it can also cause a severe chemical reaction called phytophotodermatitis, leading to burns and potentially permanent dark marks. Myth number 3. If a product tingles, it means it's working. There's a difference between a mild, anticipated sensation from an active ingredient and the feeling of irritation or burning. Irritation is a sign of a compromised skin barrier, which is a gateway to more inflammation. And finally, myth number 4. You don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day. Now, this is absolutely false. Up to 80% of UVA rays, the rays which are most responsible for aging and pigment stimulation, penetrate through clouds and windows. So sunscreen is a non-negotiable 365-day-a-year commitment. Now, in terms of professional solutions we've used, hydroquinone for the longest time was the gold standard. It inhibits the key enzyme tyrosinase but carries a significant risk of irritation. Retinoids speed up cell turnover but can be very irritating, especially on sensitive skin types. Other ingredients like azelaic acid and tranexamic acid are valuable and target specific pathways, but the holy grail has always been a multi-pathway approach. So this brings us to the breakthrough, something that wasn't an accidental discovery, but rather the result of years of methodological research by over 100 scientists at Pond's Skin Institute. They screened thousands of molecules to find the perfect synergistic partners to solve the pigmentation paradox, the need for high efficacy without the irritation. The result is a patented hybrid formulation known as NIASORCINOL. It's an intelligent complex that attacks hyperpigmentation on 3 distinct levels. Level 1, slowing production with E-Resorcinol. The first step is slowing the pigment factory down. NIASORCINOL contains E-Resorcinol, a highly potent and stable molecule that inhibits tyrosinase activity. Think of the tyrosinase enzyme as a lock and the amino acid tyrosine as the key that starts melanin production. E-Resorcinol fits perfectly into the lock but doesn't turn it. By occupying the lock, it prevents the real key from getting in. Level 2, blocking transfer with niacinamide. Next, you have to stop the deliveries. The formula uses niacinamide to inhibit melanosome transfer, and it essentially runs the interface, stopping the pigment packages from reaching the surface skin cells. And this is what helps to fade sunspots and post-acne marks. The synergy between these two is incredible. The research shows that E-Resorcinol boosts niacinamide's function for 500 times the brightening power. And this combination works up to twice as fast as hydroquinone and 500 times better than kojic acid. Level 3, cleaning up existing melanin with autophagy. Now, this is perhaps the most elegant part of the science. The research indicates niasorcinol helps the skin decompose melanin via a process known as autophagy. Now, autophagy is your cell's sophisticated housekeeping and recycling service of sorts. This technology boosts the signal for this service to come in and clear out melanin granules that are already present in the cells. So it's not just about preventing future spots, it's actively helping to clear the pigmentation that's already there. Let's consider now a common patient profile. A woman in her late 20s comes to me with persistent brown spots from hormonal acne. For her, NIASORCINOL could provide a holistic solution. The E-Resorcinol would slow down the inflammation-driven pigment factory, and the niacinamide would stop new pigmentation from reaching the surface. And the autophagy mechanism would help clean up the existing marks. So all this is happening 20 layers deep to repair skin microdamage, thanks to its advanced delivery system. Now, this incredible science is harnessed in the Pond's Bright Miracle Ultimate Clarity Serum. It's formulated with 50 times niasorcinol in every single drop. The clinical data is also compelling. An 8-week clinical test showed a 30% reduction in spots, a 20% reduction in dull skin, and a 38% reduction in the appearance of pores. Furthermore, 92% of users agreed that their skin was brighter after just 2 weeks. So let's answer some common questions about how to use it. First, is this serum suitable for sensitive skin? It's designed to be well tolerated, especially since niacinamide is known to strengthen the skin barrier. However, with any new product, I always recommend a patch test. Apply a small amount behind your ear for a few days to see how your skin reacts. How is this different from other niacinamide serums? A standard niacinamide serum is great, but it only works on a single pathway, which is transfer. The Pond's Bright Miracle Serum is an advanced complex. The key is the patented synergy with E-Resorcinol and the autophagy boosting mechanism. So essentially, what you're getting is a 3-in-1 technology, which is a significant step up. And one last question, do I still need to use it after my spots have faded? I would recommend it. Think of it as a maintenance product as well. Given that constant environmental stress from UV and pollution is what causes microdamage on a cellular level, using a product that contains E-Resorcinol and niacinamide daily actually helps to provide an additional layer of defense to maintain your skin's clarity and resilience. So we've essentially journeyed from the cellular level to the cosmetic counter. We've also seen that hyperpigmentation is a complex story written deep within our skin. But it's not a story without a solution. The science of skincare is constantly evolving, and with breakthroughs like NIASORCINOL, we are more empowered than ever to achieve our skin goals safely and effectively. As the most superior advanced skincare solution from Pond Skin Institute, this is one you want to try for yourself. If you found today's episode informative, please subscribe to Dermatologist Talks Science of Beauty, leave a comment, and also share this episode with anyone who might benefit from understanding this breakthrough in pigmentation science. For more detailed articles and further clinical insights, visit our website at scienceofbeauty.net. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep advancing your skin health with knowledge and science. If pigment concerns or skin dullness is something you struggle with, consider exploring Pond's Bright Miracle Ultimate Clarity Serum featuring 50 times NIASORCINOL. It's clinically proven to brighten and clarify skin in just 3 days with superior efficacy to traditional treatments. Your path to ultimate skin clarity might just begin here. Stay radiant and scientifically informed, and we'll see you in the next episode.